Bible Black is a rather unusual story about students conducting satanic rituals while having sexual orgies in the process. If you've been around the darker parts of the anime internet for a while, you might have heard of this classic hentai, a series so infamous that it ended up getting multiple animated episodes, a prequel, and even an extended continuation. But what you may not have realized is that the Bible Black hentai was originally adapted off of an eroge visual novel. So I'm gonna dive back into this dated story to see what it's really all about and see if it deserves its status as a literal cult classic. And hey, even if it's terrible, I can at least say the MILFs are hot. You see, Bible Black is exactly what happens when girls obsessed over true crime were interested in demonic rituals instead. A quirky concept to base your personality off of for sure, but at least the others don't kill you. It makes for one hell of a school urban legend though, what most people would consider a myth, including our main character Minase, until he discovers the school's forbidden basement and finds a mysterious black book called, insert title name here. Bible Black wastes no time diving you into the shenanigans of our main character tampering with the dark arts. By morning, he's bickering with his brash childhood friend, and by night, he's translating a passage about how to hex a love spell. And with the school's legend looming ominously in the background, it's a fine setup for an urban occult story, with a sprinkle of mystery. But if you really think about it, this is just all a convenient setup for a guy getting superpowers and forcing women to do sex stuff. An immoral and cliche standard for sure. But hey, at least it's more novel and thematically on point compared to average guy learns to hypnotize women. Besides, with this one, the girls get their revenge in the worst or arguably the best way possible. And boy, do we call those consequences. Minase does feel remorse by the stuff he's doing at the very beginning, and we do see his mental reasoning. Got that metaphorical angel and devil on the shoulder here, but we all know that this is just one slippery slope, and it's easier to think with your bottom half over your top half. Bible Black really indulges in that. The two evil routes are definite proof of that. Minase actually becomes a little savage there. Too bad the women are so much better at it. In case you weren't aware, Bible Black is written and drawn by the wonderful Sei Shoujo, who went on to make another infamous title, Starless, a visual novel I've labeled as terribly repulsive. Not only because of its disgusting content, but also because of the sexually deviant sadistic women. And I see traces of sadism from even back here, continuing onward to their newest titles, which proves one very important fact. Sei Shoujo is really good at creating evil women and attractive MILFs, sometimes both in one. The villains do some pretty ruthless things to the other characters, borderline torturous, including but not limited to magic-induced blackmail, forceful fun group activities, candle wax BDSM, and baptism via man-made holy water. Man, I just want to read a questionable visual novel that doesn't involve piss for once. Is that so hard to ask? This brutality continues all throughout the evil route after choosing more malicious answers. But in reality, the evil route is 100% fucking around the entire time. Narratively boring, no major conflicts, no real change of pace until like the last 2 days. It's only during the good route that there's actual stakes. Here, we are forced to watch all these terrible things happening to Minase and the people close to him, and the villains here are damn capable and making you angry. You don't see Minase's facial expressions, but his voice actor does a great job at making his personality and feelings very obvious. I sure didn't expect this level of emotional involvement starting out with what Minase was doing at the very beginning, but he shaped up real quick, what with the consequences snowballing and spiraling out of control, and overall, just making you feel bad. Because underneath all the satanic orgies and horny magic tomfoolery is the relationship between two childhood friends. While all of this is happening behind the scenes, Minase going insane after a girl refuses to give him his stuff back, Minase's friend Nimari is just kinda chillin'. She fulfills all those old nostalgic quirks of a devoted childhood friend. The girl waking up the boy early in the morning, the guy playing the prankster fool while the girl deals with his antics, and the classic physical beatdowns. The mini slice of life events we do get of the two of them is a nice break from the panic chaos. But more importantly, it shows what's at risk here. It gives more weight to what's happening later in the story, and even throws in a callback, showing that things have drastically changed for the worse because of Minase's rash actions, his pursuit of pleasure, indulging in his hasty desires when he didn't even need the forbidden book in the first place. Hell, even in the evil route, if you choose the right answers, Minase does express some second thoughts about getting involved with women who obsess over black magic. But you know, If you're going down to hell, you might as well enjoy the ride. I don't think Bible Black is the most original concept at its core, nor do I think it's impressive on paper. But I ended up getting a better experience out of it than I would have originally thought, at least out of the true ending. Alternatively, I got hot sex from the MILFs, and that's perfectly fine for me. 3 out of 5. Now, if you enjoyed this review, you might want to check out this video in particular, or this one for a general recommendation. And finally, just remember this ironclad rule of life: evil is kinda hot.